everybody, it's Carmen with Family Handyman, and we are going to do a really cool project. So what we're going to do today is called a Kokedama. And this is an centuries old Japanese plant craft, which is called Koke, which means moss, Dama, which means ball. So today we're going to create a moss ball using these beautiful sculptural plants, and we're going to then combine those with some different dirt formulas, which I'm going to share with you, some really cool moss. We're going to wrap it up with jute, and we're going to hang them from fishing line. So here we go, coming right up, Kokedama. Now, traditionally for Kokedama, we're definitely going to need peat moss. It absorbs well and it drains well. And this is bonsai soil, which is a combination of pebbles, some lava rock, some charcoal, and it just helps be nutrient with the plant. Then just for safety, I've got some regular potting soil, which I'm going to mix in a little bit. And then to really maintain some moisture, I'm going to use these little clay balls. And these clay balls are used for hydroponics, and they absorb water, which means that the inside of our moss ball, or Kokedama, will retain water just a little bit more. So we'll talk about them all intimately as we go forward. Okay, first things first, we're gonna mix some dirt. It's all even proportions. The only thing I'm not going to do yet are the clay balls, because I'm actually gonna embed those into our moss ball. I'm gonna start with 2 of these, and this is gonna be enough to make one little small one, but today we're gonna make 3. We're going to do our bonsai soil. It's all of these things that are gonna absorb and hold moisture, but also release nutrients, which is very important. And that's the traditional mix, but I'm gonna add just a little bit, not a lot, of potting soil. It has vermiculite in it, which is the little white balls, and it's just gonna help everything kind of stick together a little bit more. So I just put in really 1 of those. And so all we're gonna do is we're gonna mix up the dirt really well so that all of it is well combined. And I'm just gonna add just a little bit of water. I'm gonna start in the middle and blend it in, just like cement or clay. If it stays in a shape, in a ball, we're good. So now we've got our little ball and our plant. And if you notice, the ball is about the size of the dirt ball that the root is already in. What we want to do is we want to introduce it just to the dirt ball. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to clear away so I'm just left with the roots, so that I'm really embedding just the roots into the ball. So now I'm going to go ahead and transfer my ball to the gauze, because the gauze will help me keep it in shape as I'm tying it together with the rope. And now I'm gonna make a little hole in here so that I can accommodate my roots. And I'm gonna put just a couple of little clay balls in there, because they're gonna hold moisture and help keep it nice and moist in between waterings. And now we introduce our roots, and then we compact around it. And all of this excess I will cut away after I've got it more formed and shaped, but for now, it's gonna hold everything together while we make our ball. And I'm just gonna tie a little knot here so that it will hold it in place while I'm doing the rest of the moss placement and the rest of the twine. Then we're going to introduce our moss. And I've got 2 different kinds of moss going on here. I've got live moss that was shipped fresh, and I've got dried moss. dried moss is a little bit more green, which is why I'm using it. Gives you more vibrancy, but we also want some live moss in there because it could revive and keep growing. So I'm gonna first moisten both sides of my dried moss. As the moss gets moist, it will conform to a better shape. We'll also miss the outside of our gauze because that's gonna kind of suck in the moss as we attach it. And if you notice, I took a piece of twine and I knotted it on the end because now I can make a lasso by doing this, and it's easier for that first wrap around the plant. So we're gonna position it in a way where it's just easy to lasso. Don't worry. If it looks like it's not a ball, it doesn't look like a ball. It will look like a ball. They all look kind of messy as they start to get put together. So trust the process, don't stress it, and know that it will look great in the end. And now I'm just gonna add a little bit of moss to fill in the spots and hold it down with the twine as we go. So if we do that, watch this. Boom, that looks a lot better, doesn't it? So the whole trick is you just keep adding little layers of moss as you go. You can fill in, you can feel free to cut some of the sheets if they're too rigid. And then we'll just keep adding twine until it makes the shape that we want it to make. We're almost there. Don't stress it if it doesn't look right. Add more twine and shape it the way you want. And see how like this was all sticking up? I'm just gonna tuck it in and use my twine to shape it the way I want it to be. So now they're done. A little bit of misting before I soak them in a bowl of water, just to keep them in good shape. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna rig them with fishing line. If you wanna hang them from a window, just put an eye hook at the top of the window and you can hang them down into the ceiling. If you're gonna go into drywall, use an anchor. We are tested at 150 pounds with our fish line, so we'll rig those and then we'll hang them. Some people hang them and they look like they're floating orbs, which is really cool. Some people put them in actual picture frames, so they're actually hanging from the middle of a picture frame. That looks cool.